Hello everyone, it's Billy from BillyPlays from W1 Productions, the whole rigmarole. Welcome back to another episode of Dream Daddy. Where we left off is we finally met all the dads, and we just finished off a date with Matt. Totally did not forget his name, but we'll work on that. We'll find out when we get to the Dream Daddy aspect. And my video got copyright because it had some copyright music in it, but that's okay because I'm not really making money out of this yet, and I'm not at the position quite yet to earn donations, so I just need people to like this stuff. But if you like this stuff and you are new to this, hit the subscribe button. It's not the end of the video. We got a long ways to get to that. But anyway, it's the next day or time passing, and I am doing word jumble, apparently. So here we go. While I'm doing my afternoon word jumbles, I hear the mail truck pull through the cul-de-sac. I wonder if we got any coupons today. The nice mail person slides a couple letters and a large yellow envelope through the slot. It takes a couple of tries for them to get in. They're not breaking in. To get it in. Hey, my coupons! I take a closer look at the large yellow envelope. I lightly knock on Amanda's door. She probably has headphones on. Amanda? She yells through the door. What? I have something for you. I'm kind of busy now. Can you come back later? Okay, just thought you wanted this big old envelope we got from HIA.
Yeah.
Immediately, Amanda pushes her door open. Nice room. Horn Institute for the Arts? I mean, if you're busy, I can come back. Father, please! I hand her the envelope, which she tears open with her teeth. That's probably bad for your teeth. She doesn't seem to hear me and spits out a piece of an envelope. She pulls out the letter and unfolds it. And... the suspense is killing me. This is her dream school! Amanda's face is unreadable. I can't believe this. Oh, honey, it's okay if you didn't... I got in! Yeah! I got in! Amanda tosses the letter aside and gives me a big hug. Congrats, sweetie, that's amazing! I'm so proud of you. She pulls away and looks at the letter again. Oh my god, I really can't believe I got in! Well, of course you got in. You're a great student. You nailed that interview, and your photography is incredible.
Oh, no.
Wait, Dad, I know this one's really expensive, and it's so far away. I think for a moment. HIA was one of the more expensive schools that Amanda applied to, but I know she's had her heart set on for the longest time. It'll be tough, but we're gonna make it work.
Huh?
Really? Of course! Amanda hugs me again.
All right.
Thanks, Dad! Okay, sweetie, we're celebrating tonight. Dinner. Your choice, wherever you want.
Yeah.
Wherever? Hell yeah! We're eating a boat, guys! Amanda and I walk along the bayside, tearing into our foil-wrapped burritos from that's disappointing. From a nearby food truck. You could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. You could have eaten that boat. Cost was not a determining factor. Please, Dad, you know I'm a simple gal. Just give me a Rita with a view. I can't say I'm mad. Amanda and I sit on a patch of grass and watch ships sail lazily through the bay.
All right.
And the dorms are right near a bunch of cafes, and there are all these galleries nearby, and there's a discount if you bring your student ID, and... Amanda, slow down. You're gonna choke on your burrito. I know, I'm just excited. Did I mention that students get their own studio space once they're seniors, and we get all the professional editing software for free? It's nice to see Aunt Amanda so enthusiastic about HIA, or HIA, but I wish she wouldn't do it between bites of her burrito. I thought I taught her to chew with her mouth closed. I wonder who my roommate's gonna be. You take a survey online and they match you with someone with a similar major and interests. I bet we're gonna be best friends. Or the best of enemies. Craig and I were. Not the best of enemies, but a good roommate can be a lifelong friend. But don't even get me started on bad roommates. We never talk about them ever again. And they will never find the bodies. Oh no! Sorry, I'm just kidding. We didn't have a bad roommate. Our only other roommate was a puppy that Craig brought home one night. We spent a semester fabricating a story about our new foreign exchange student who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Carl ruled. Ooh, they let you have animals in the dorm if you don't get a note. If you get a note saying you need one. I bet I could forge one. I think I'd get a rabbit. Or maybe a snake. Or maybe both. Would a snake eat a rabbit, though? Oh boy, I think I'll leave all that up to you. She's so excited. I don't want to disappoint her, but I need to be real for a second. So, you know I had that talk with Mr. Vega. He didn't tell you about the dumpster fire, did he? What? No. I don't want to put a damper on the good news, but I need you to knock it out of the park these last few months of school, okay? If you really want to go to Horns, we really need that scholarship money. I know you can do it. Okay. I promise I'll try harder. I pat her on the back. Think you can handle a 14-hour drive to come home for the holidays? There's going to be some treacherous ice roads to cross. And don't even get me started on the paranormal occurrences. Well, it'll be worth it if I get to see you. My eyes immediately well up with tears. Oh, Dad, don't cry. Sorry, I'm just very, very proud of you. You're all grown up now, and you're such a good person. I hope you know how important you are to me. Dad, stop. You're going to make me cry, too. It's too late, honey. It's happening. Dad, I can't get tears on my burrito. It's going to make it taste sad. I pull Amanda in for a hug and kiss her on the forehead. Love you, kiddo. Love you, too, Pops. That's cute.
Welcome.
You got dads. Oh, it's Matt. I did get his name right. Hell yeah. Hey, Gordy, what are your feelings about poker? Beyond hardly knowing her. Poker? I hardly know her. That was a joke, right? There it is. Well, good talk. Wait, I actually like poker. I just saw the joke and I had to take the shot. Please, Matt, I'm a dad. I'm contractually obligated. No, I get that. Anyway, we've been playing weekly poker games, and I figured you should have sent an invite. What's wrong with me? I figured I should send an invite to your way. That sounds great. I love losing money. Cool, dude. See you soon. I'm gonna lose that money. Hell yeah. Look at all that college money go to waste. Woo! I'm actually okay on poker. It's been a few years since I last played poker, but when I did, I cleaned everyone out. Apparently, I'm that good at poker. And who knows if I'm actually that good at poker, if we ever get to have people hanging out at some point. But anyway, Matt invited me to a poker night at Joseph's house. I put on my going out coat and walked over. Across the way, I spot Matt, who's walking over from his own house. He got a case of beer under his arm. Crap, I should have brought something. Hey, man. Crap, I should have brought something. No worries, man. It's your first time. Just bring a full wallet. How long have you guys been at this for? Years, buddy. Just a nice way to keep in touch with the guys. It's never really high stakes. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. We pass through the fence enclosing Joseph's backyard. Craig, Brian, and Joseph hover over around the patio, drinking beer and chatting. Robert sits in the corner, brooding as usual. Who's Joseph? Oh, you're Joseph. Gordy, glad you could make it. Oh. So am I. I'm psyched to take all your money. just like the old times, yeah. Craig's the resident shark. We pretend the term person who's good at poker. I'm well aware. Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker. Mm-hmm. Are you still as terrible as you were in college? Poker face. Poker face. Yeah. Hey, I wasn't terrible. I'm not bad at poker. I'm definitely good at poker. Everyone stares at me. Okay, maybe that was a little defensive. Okay, I'm bad at poker. I forget. There's no way. I love how I forget them. It's just like, oh yeah, that's what I had in the voices.
There's no way you're as bad as Joseph.
Joseph shrugs. Yeah. This basically was my thing. I'm giving back to the community. Yeah. I don't know if it's becoming more Ronald McDonald, Michael McDonald, but I'm doubling down on it, and I love it. Plus, I'm just happy to sit here and eat all of Brian's snacks. Guess who brought pigs in a blanket?
Not Craig.
Hey, my chia seed and granola energy balls are just as delicious. Everyone laughs. That's what she said. Let's see. Let's get the game going. We all take a seat at the table, and Matt starts dealing cards. The first couple rounds go by easily as I'm getting the hang of things, but it's obvious that Craig is running the show here. Craig, how did you get so good at this?
It's pretty easy. You just start getting a feel for everybody's tell. Like, Matt will start scratching his ear.
Hey.
Brian just adjusts his pants when he's trying to lie.
Now, wait a second.
And I think you're just loudly announced to the whole room when you have a good hand.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. What's Joseph's tell? Everything. God damn, it's just like my brain's just trying to process, like, all right, which one's Joseph? And which one's Craig?
Everything. Literally everything. That man is an open book. He couldn't lie if he tried.
Well, at least I got God on my side.
See, you can't even say that with a straight face.
What about Robert?
Honestly, man's an
Robert raises his glass of whiskey to us in a solemn salute.
I think he'd wipe the floor with us if he actually tried.
I'm just here because I enjoy the company.
Robert pulls out his phone and stares at it. Robert, is that a flip phone?
Yeah. Hey, what are you going to do about it? Judge me?
What, are you drug dealer now?
Yeah, what do you need? Horse? Speed? Do you want a Johnny's? I can get you the street stuff easy, but if you're looking for something exotic or designer, that's maybe 72 hours and a favor called. Maybe I won't need you today. Maybe I won't need you tomorrow, but someday.
Oh, I didn't really. I think I'm good. Yeah.
Right. But still, if you got the coin, I got the goods.
Cool.
I dropped my phone in the toilet, and this is backup until I get my replacement under warranty.
Yeah. Everyone murmurs their sympathies. We've all been there. I haven't done that yet. I hope I don't, but it's going to be narrowly close. We go back to playing. I really got to stop eating these pigs in the blanket. Pigs in blankets? I don't know, but they're really very good. Really very good. I think there might be cheese in them.
I don't know if I got enough to raise you on this round.
You can always bet on your firstborn.
Hey, if you think you can handle another one, be my guest. Brian and Hazel are a handful, to say the least.
Buddy, you think 3 kids is a handful? Try 4. Thor, I'm operating at 100% dad capacities at all times. Excuse me. Actually, it's technically 5. Christine saw a commercial for one of those dolls that poop and wouldn't stop asking for it. We ended up getting it for her birthday, but she's so grossed up by the fake baby poop that she makes me cringe at diapers. So now I'm changing the real baby, the fake baby. There's just a lot of poop in my household right now.
Right, Daisy's got one of those a while back. One night I walked on her and she had to try to take the doll apart to see how the poop mechanism worked, but then she couldn't put it back together and started crying. Poop everywhere. Fake poop, but still.
That reminds me of... Wait, do we all have poop doll stories? Everyone nods in agreement.
Guys, I really don't need any more poop in my life than there already is. Can we just go back to the poker and not talk about poop?
No, we're committing to the bit. Matt deals another hand and we quickly forget about the poop. All right, well, I guess we'll go along with that. We run out of pigs and blankets, so we switch over to Craig's healthy snack food. Actually isn't terrible. These carrot chips are phenomenal. We should sell these at the coffee shop.
It's my own recipe. I'd be happy to give it to you guys.
I can see it now. Pierce the kale. Chips. Huh. Cool. Pierce the Veil is a popular post-hardcore screamo band out of San Diego. We all look at Matt, confused. I know that band. I don't listen to a lot of his stuff, but it's maybe not any of your wheelhouses.
How's the shop nowadays?
Busy as ever. I'm toying with the idea of hiring on another person to work the counter, but I haven't found a good candidate. If Amanda's looking for a summer gig, let me know. That's really nice of you, but I think she's burned out too badly by coffee shops before. Literally, not figuratively. Matt cocks his head to the side. I'll ask her, though. We get down to the final hand of the night, and it's Craig in the lead by a landslide. Joseph has long since lost all of his chips and has taken to tidying up, refusing any help from the rest of us. Brian deals us all cards.
So, what's it gonna take for Robert to give a damn about this round?
Robert looks up from his half-empty glass of whiskey.
Do you really want to unleash the beast?
Well, now I'm curious.
I got a long history of being a gambling man, but I'll only do it if you make it interesting. None of this penny chip nonsense.
I got a Lily's 18-year single blend. It's sitting in my closet right now. Was saving it for when River turns 21, but I'm willing to put it up as collateral.
Well, now you're talking my language.
He throws the keys to his truck on the table.
She's seen better days, but she can still pull a tree trunk out of the ground.
Nope! Myself and everyone else at the table immediately folds.
Deal the cards, Bry Guy.
Are you sure you guys want to...
You heard the man. Deal it, sucker!
Brian deals the next round of cards. Craig stares daggers at Robert, who casually sips his whiskey.
So I know what you might be thinking. Robert put his old workhorse up for grabs, his only mode of transportation, at times in his life his only home. How could he possibly be so sure of his abilities in gambling? I'll tell you right now, Craig. I wasn't always like this. I was a lot like you. Smart, talented, cocksure of my own luck. Great biceps. But it didn't last long, though. Intense music amplified! I lost everything in a game of Pai Gao in the back room of a Shenzhen tea house on what I thought was a 3-day business trip. Everything. Gone! Clothes, money, identification, you name it! I woke up in a ditch near Chachu, I'll put up an impersonation on the thing up top, I guess. Park, and had to make my life new from there. It took me 3 long years to beg, borrow, and steal my way back to American soil. And in those 3 years, I saw the greatest depths of human fear. Love deeper than I ever had, and lost it all many more times over. I've seen my own death, Craig. I know how I die. It's not like this. So let's make it more interesting.
Robert produces the deed to his house from his jacket and tosses it on the table.
All I have and all I am. Are you prepared to go the distance?
Craig wipes the sweat from his brow. He studies Robert's face intently. I don't know why I'm giving Robert's like voice this. And it's kind of ruining the mood, I guess. But I find it hilarious, regardless. And it is great. I mean, he studies Robert's face intently, searching for any sort of any sort or tell that he can find. I guess that makes sense. Robert casually sips his whiskey again.
I fold.
Everyone erupts.
Fine, the whiskey's yours.
And that's why you don't dance with the devil.
So was it? Were you bluffing or did you have the cards?
That's for me to take to my grave, fellas.
Next week, boys. Next week.
You got it.
I'll be there.
I almost had a heart attack. Let's see. I'm gonna flip this one. I'm gonna roll for this one. As usual, odd will be the first choice. I gotta zoom into my phone because I'm using a dice roller on my phone. As usual, on a D6, odds will be the first option and evens will be the second. I rolled a 4, so second option. I almost had a heart attack.
Welcome to the exclusive club of people who are a little terrified of Robert.
We all say our goodbyes and head our separate ways. I think next time, not like I'm ending the episode right away. I'm just curious how much time. I can pull up my phone. Okay, we got plenty of time. So, like I said, I'm going to try to do an hour episode. So, right now we're at the 20-minute mark. I think. I'm not sure, but it's around the 20-minute mark. But we'll keep going. Let's try to do 2 dad dates. But we'll see how it goes.
Dads.
All right. So, all these dads, we haven't really seen a whole lot of Damien. I would like to meet Damien. And then at some point I'd like to meet Hugo, but I'd also like to go on a date with Robert. So, let's go with Damien. I like Damien. I forget his voice. How do you do? How do you do? I have finally decided to join this information superhighway. This will be his voice from now on, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I will try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. On a Friday night, you are most likely to listen to a true crime podcast while I taxidermy my newest specimens. Cool. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A coffin. What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly. Bosom. I don't know how to correctly pronounce it, but maybe I'll look it up. What do you want to be when you grew up? A bat. What is your favorite movie genre? Foreign art house horror. Cool. That's neat. By any chance, do you like Hausu? What is your ideal date? It's night. We are at an industrial dark wave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beat of our hearts. What do you never leave home without? An upside-down cross. I spend a lot of time thinking about mortality salience. I think that's how you pronounce it. But we're going on a date, so hopefully it'll be okay, and I'll remember what are the pros and cons. Damien seemed really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I navigate to Damien's homepage, dadbook page, and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem pretty cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing and typing. This will be an interesting date, guys. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dims. Oh, there's more. Gordy, I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter for. As you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in a gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. Oh, there's more. I would be I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and a stroll around my garden, should it please you. Till then, adieu. Yours humbled, D. Bloodmark. March. I stare at the screen and reread the letters several more times. Hey, Amanda! Can you help me with something? Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples. No, can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now? Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad, kids got over saying LOL and LMAO or whatever and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do I do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will we address the nobleman in regards to your upcoming debutante ball or whatever the hell that is? Okay, now I know you're best with me. I need a drink. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or a dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Let me take a sip. Like the first 5 pages, then I read a review of the movie. Still, it's got to be on it, though. Great. So, now what do I say to Damien? I got this. Amanda reaches over me and types on the keyboard. Sure thing, dude. Regards. Guard. Amanda hits send and smiles at me. Simple. Well, I suppose that's that. I make a short walk over to Damien's. That's a spiffy-ass house. Or spoofy. Spiffy. I like spiffy. But spoofy's nice, too. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house. It's more of a manor? Estate? The Gothic architecture looms above the other homes in the cul-de-sac. I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. I pull the large, ornately carved bat's head door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door slowly creaks open. Cool. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. All right. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Ah, it's a cute dog. Oh, it's a cute dog. Yeah. All these bones! Kristen, I don't know how many of them are dinosaur bones, though, so I'll just say that. But cake! Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. I don't know, it seems brightly lit from all the, the lights on the walls. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it cold in here? Where's Damien? Gordy, pleasure to have you in my home. And look up and see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry. There was a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. This is nothing weird. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor room again, for some reason. And now we're back! This is one of the older homes on the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Cool. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenagers are. Onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. Sunlight streams from floor to ceiling arched windows. The walls are lined with packed bookshelves, and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Let's see. I kind of want to look out the window. Look at the butterflies. Ooh, I want to look at the butterflies. I walk up to the glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive. Nice bugs. I pinned them all myself. Maybe I can show you how sometime. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my fingers. The pinner's gambit. Is that a thing? No. While we're at the butterfly, let's look out the window. I walk to the window and I am greeted by the beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups with daughters on his back. What a frickin' show-off. Athletic show-off. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn! Did you know that Victorians spent at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really? No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Funny. I'm gonna pick up a book. You know, Gordy, in the Victorian era, there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought the more tawdry novels would encourage use into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. I pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read out loud. Naruto struggled against the chains that Sasuke had bound him with. Oh my god. Shirtless and out of breath. Wow, what a collection! He looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants.
What?
Okay, I think that's enough. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back onto the shelf. Oh, that was unexpected. That's a rare book from my private collection. Please, will you join me for tea? Yes. I follow Damien to his sitting room where Finger's foods have already been set out upon a beautiful tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. Well, what? It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth of or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers to both the later time of day that the working class has had to enjoy tea, and the height of the tables on which they're served. Oh, okay. My dear friend, we are currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Are there a lot of goth? I like your cape. Your home is really impressive. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Your home is. It seems like you've. What are these things? Are they like cute, like eggplants? I don't know what. Besides from the flowers, I don't know what else is floating behind all these characters when you do something good. Either way, it seems like you really put a lot of work into this place.
Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before.
Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place, and look at what you've done. I'm kind of jealous.
That's very generous of you to say.
What got you so interested in goth stuff?
Well, when I was a young boy, my father...
Did he take you into the city?
Sorry?
Did you guys see a marching band?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You're serious?
Of course.
But it's... You know, the song, Amanda made me... God, I'm such a friggin' dad.
Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion.
I'm gonna take a quick sip, because it actually kind of, a little strain on my voice trying to do this voice, but it's alright.
Yum! Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think.
Why not go all the way?
I like not dying when I catch a cold.
He takes a sip of tea. Sorry.
I can acknowledge that there were many very terrible things about the Victorian era, and to try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws, and love it all the same. Tell me, Gordy, do you have any hobbies?
Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff.
Well, I love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. Please, do tell me about your hobbies.
Quick, sound sophisticated. I like watching soap making videos on the internet. Love me some word jumbles. I learned how to juggle once. I'm gonna go with word jumbles. The written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, you know? And I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. It's poetic, really.
Oh, so you're a writer?
In a sense. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches.
Come, I have one more thing to show you.
Damien takes me, oh my god, you have I mean, it's not just the garden that looks like a bunch of scribbles, but it's a beautiful garden filled with flower scribbles and the mountainside. It like, I know this is like all cartoony or like almost hastily drawn a little bit, but it still looks gorgeous regardless. And it would even look even more gorgeous if it was like realistic too, I bet. So anyway, Damien takes me around the back of his home where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through it and butterflies flit lazily through the air.
My garden.
It's beautiful.
Wow! Wow! Thank you. Victorians took flowers and flower arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things, depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message.
Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off a vine.
Lilium bulbiferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means?
My loins are ablaze. Thou art the tightest. Three cheers for street revenge. My loins are ablaze. Thou art the tightest. I'll go with that. The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. Well then, and that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite? What's your favorite type of flower? Snapdragons, honeysuckles. I like sunflowers. They remind me of sunshine. Then you can eat the seeds as a delicious snack. What a practical choice. My stomach grumbles. Aw, man, now I want sunflower seeds. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. You would put together a bouquet for me? Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a phone rings. Oh, Gordy, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls a cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it.
Oh.
Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little bit more effort into the garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of a cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh, hey, a gargoyle. Oh, no, I knocked over the gargoyle. Fix that gargoyle. How the... Well, what? Okay, okay, nope, okay, what is this piece? Okay, does it go on like this? Nope, okay, well, let's do it like this. Okay, is that right? Nope, alright, cool. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Don't mind that, don't mind that. Like this? Nope, okay, fuck. Oh, it's like this? Nope. Okay. Fuck. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Like this? Okay. Well, first I gotta flip it over. No. What the fuck are you doing? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Like there we go. Okay. I don't have much time left. Nope. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. There we go. No! Busted. Ah! God damn it. Sorry about the keyboard, but crap. I can't figure this out. Oh no, he looks upset. Hope it's not about the garg.
My sincerest apologies.
I fucked that up so hard. I would have done better but I forgot my mouse. I'm making excuses.
It's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so... Gordy, did you break my gargoyle?
All I did was lean on it.
What? I just had it installed last week. No matter. I suppose it will give me a chance to work on my masonry skills. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm afraid I must take my leave.
That's no problem, dude. Everything all right? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and look away.
Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucian.
What's wrong?
He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school post haste.
Do you need help?
Oh, no, you don't have to.
Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together, right?
You're right. This is one of Lucian's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side.
Let's go! Hey, like that guy. Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo.
I don't know.
Hey, Damien, you're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend.
Wow, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo.
What is it this time?
Oh.
Listen, Damien, you have to see to believe.
Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors. I really wish I fixed that frickin' gargoyle. Oh well. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into the small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into the darkness.
Watch your step.
I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into it as an angsty middle schooler. At least, I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucian and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucian has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make head or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime, excuse me, and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around.
What happened here?
What happened here?
Ernest punched me. Lucian tried to kill me.
Ernest.
Lucian tried to kill me.
The room falls silent.
I wasn't trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what happens.
You promised me there would be wine down here. You tricked me.
Whoa. Wait a second. Lucian, did you try to cask of Amontillado Ernest?
I'm neither I'm neither confirming nor denying that.
I turn to Damien and whisper to him. What's a cask of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where the man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down into his cellar with the promise of wine of fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. I don't know if his voice changed or not. So wait, Lucian, you tried to do that to him?
I was curious. To see how it turned out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there.
What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit while you just slowly build a tomb around him?
Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized I had lied about the wine.
And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off.
Ernest, 20 minutes?
Dad.
Whoa. It took you 20 minutes. Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado, and however you pronounce it, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse? Did you even read the story? My money is that he didn't.
I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie.
Cool. What? It's only 5 pages long. There is no movie. Oh. Delicious water. It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie.
Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me.
I don't know.
Actually, he didn't even pay me, so when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson.
Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands.
You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here.
Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucian high five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Here you go, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmark, you too. Thank you for your mediation. They all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucian, Damien, and I are all piled into my car and begin drive home. Lucian immediately pulls his hood up and stares out the window angrily.
I'm not going to therapy again.
Excuse me. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you, and I can see that you're struggling. So if you do decide that you want to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you could spend this next week looking for a summer job. I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping this cool. I'm impressed.
Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard.
I love you, son. Lucian continues staring out the window.
Love you too.
We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. So, how about those Yankees? The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's all right, and all the things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good, so there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. He's probably just going through a phase. I really admired how you handled that. I really admired how you handled that. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have when I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. All right. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo! What you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers Extreme Edition. I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. already told you I wanted a two-bed shabby chick cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom.
But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad.
I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just buy a regular size house? I don't know. How afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucian since he tried to... he lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of fine vintage and then tried to brick him into a wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read this story except for me? Lucian livestreamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company. And a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. But nothing can beat the cat shirt. Nothing can. Day complete! I fucked up on the frickin' thing. Angry about the weather. Yeah, I could do better. Yeah.
That was just bricky. Bricky as in the Victorian term for good.
Thanks, Damien. That's cute. All right. Alrighty then. So, I got an achievement. Interview with the vampire. All right. So, I know what this is gonna be. How much time has actually passed? I want to say, 40. I'm gonna go do one more group thing, because these things are fun. And then I'll call it a day on the episode. Hey, are you up for anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown, and we were wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Whoa, why can I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are gonna bust down my door any minute now. I've got to destroy this computer. Gordy, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do either of you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive. But once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Gordy, do you want to go to see some art or not? Art is good. Let's go see some art. Yeah, let's go see that art. Yeah. Let me take a sip of water because I need that water. Oh. All right, cool. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. I don't see Damien Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing among all these fancy art people. I know who this is, because I've seen this before. Gordy! I turn around. It's Joseph! Joseph, what are you doing here? Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me about that? I'm obviously a huge art, appreciatist? Yeah, I'm a huge appreciatist. Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too? Yep. Admittedly a little out of my depth here. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was going to be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know, thank God. Yup, I'm actually getting double points when I say it because I'm a minister. Uh-huh. Oh. The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyway, where are the guys? I look and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Good eve. Oh. Evening, friends. Oh. Who's ready for some art? I have no idea. I love looking at paintings that are in frames, and also paintings that aren't in frames. Art is good and stuff. Hey. Well put, Gordy. All you have to do is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now. I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna help myself to some tiny wines. I'm going to talk with Hugo and Damien. So, what's this first place? Keister is hurting.
This particular artist specializes in landscape paintings of various locales within the American Northeast.
Interesting. I look at the art. It is rad art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all of these landscapes look like butts to you guys?
Oh.
Damien and Hugo lean in, examining the paintings inners.
It would appear as if you are correct.
Oh.
Valid assessment, Gordy.
Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy.
Oh, it gets more complicated.
Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What a miss.
Ah.
Butts. Well, shame. The cheese is nice, though.
Shall we visit the next place?
Indubitably. We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery's a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of, I'm not even sure, hang on the walls. Oh, geez. What am I looking at here?
This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you?
I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a metaphor for the human condition. It reminds me of my childhood. It represents strife. It would be kind of helpful if I was looking at a painting, but I could go if it's a butt. So, It reminds me of my childhood. I'll go with that. The gestures, the color, they remind me of my childhood, of my parents.
Intriguing that you discover something so personal in an image not so non-specific, Gordy. May I ask to say a little more?
Yeah, certainly. These vivid, simple forms communicate a solemnity that's solemnity. That is, I can speak words good, apparently. That is betrayed by the raw expression of this expressiveness of the brush, which in a way speaks to the essential nature of human experience. The scars left by the passage of time and the turmoil of contemporary life are both contextualized and deepened by the rose-colored echoes of pre-Oedipal consciousness. Slow down there, Gordy. Do us a favor, keep it simple. It's a butt.
Oh.
Everyone else stares at the painting. Yeah, that's definitely a butt.
While a valid assessment, I can't help feeling your initial judgment may be closer to the artist's intentions.
Well, maybe you're underestimating how much the artist liked butts.
You are a servant of the Lord.
We're all God's creatures, even butts.
Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that is rapidly moving toward digitization.
Oh, wow. How'd you figure that?
Oh.
That's what it says on the placard. Placard. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, cool.
Let's look at a few more of these.
We walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by, what's the word, realism? Yeah, realism. As we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scuffs loudly. Psh, I could do that. I could do that.
Excuse me?
I.
Hugo, not here.
Oh.
No, come back here.
The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him.
You say you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth on the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one.
I'm not
Art
angry.
is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is so bad your art would be bad.
Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point.
Friend, he's not worth it.
Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket.
I'm sorry. I just love art very much.
We know, buddy. We know. I pat Hugo on the shoulder.
Oh.
You know what would ease the mood?
Is it cheese?
No, it's wine and cheese. Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actually wine and cheese. We got one last stop on the tour. You lot feeling up for it? Is it going to be any weirder than this art?
Oh.
It is absolutely weirder than this art.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Damien, Hugo, Joseph, and I walk over to the performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at us, at each other, and us. So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening?
I second this question.
Performance art. I don't know why he went southern there. What does it mean? Again, I pose this very same question to you, Mr. Munchnips. But they really like screaming, the very humanity of being human. I'm going to say fear of existence. What do you think they're trying to say? I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. I think there's something special about performance arts. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw, human emotion. It's art as a catharsis. That's beautiful, Damien.
So what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I, really mean it?
Damien fixes him with a hard stare.
I was going to start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, that joke isn't going to play well with this crowd.
Wise. We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. Ooh, I think I'm all arted out.
Agreed.
We all decide to walk home together. Yay. We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which is nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheeses together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese.
Oh, the tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese.
Wax rings too close to the sun. Cheese wings? Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that voice.
Plus, it'd be delicious.
A nice mentholer. A nice mentholer, possibly.
Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint?
I'd actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time.
I would look.
God damn, what am I going to do with your voice? I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions, like, for example, luchadors.
I think I'd paint boats, skiscapes, maybe some lighthouses, mostly boats.
Really? Yes. I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favor of a long history of religious imagery and artwork.
What? Boats are cool.
What about you? What about you, Gordy? What about you, Gordy? I gotta do something different. Like, what about you, Gordy? I'm gonna try to do a Tim Curry accent, I guess. Food artistry, landscapes, tasteful nudes of the artist. I'm gonna go with that one. Art is a money-making business. I know it sells. We finally get to the cul-de-sac.
All right, boys. Good art.
Good art. Agreed.
Hey.
See you around. See you guys around. That's not very appropriate, but we'll work with that.
Whether you wanted to or not, we're all neighbors after all.
I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over. And now it is finally time to end the episode. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Next time we're going to go on a date with one of these guys. I'm kind of leaning more towards Robert, not going to lie. But we still got a bunch of dates that we could go to, so if you guys want me to date a person specifically, let me know in the comment section. If you like what I see and want to see more, go to my YouTube channel, sorry. I play a lot more games. including Coffee Talk. I just finished a playthrough of Inside. By the time this episode comes out, I think I might swapping it around with a demo I played, yet to be revealed, but y'all will know when we get there. And I'm planning to play another game by the time this video comes out. And I have a Twitter page. It's a raw battleship. At Twitter, at a raw battleship. Yes, quite literally a raw battleship. That's where I'm gonna do some of my chat. And if you want to hit me up for there too, that's totally fine. And I also have another channel. It's called Kid with a Golden Dub Productions. It is right now a voice acting channel. I haven't updated anything in a while, but I'm working on trying to figure out something to do for that. So stay tuned for that if you're in that. If you go to that channel, all this stuff you can find in the description below. Thank you once again, and I hope you find the dad. That sounds weird. The dad of your dreams. Goodbye.